I think it can. I mean, my response is that I think it can. You've seen a lot of money being spent on infrastructure. So we have the new Khalifa bin Salman port, which went live recently, and we also have the surrounding infrastructure, which has been zoned as industrial. So the area where we've invested is called the BIW, the Bahrain Investment Wharf, which takes a lot of the risk out of development, because the infrastructure, things like roads, electricity, and the water network is all provided for. And so for an investor, it's very easy just to set up without the risks associated with the infrastructure. The causeway that takes you all the way to Saudi Arabia now, there's a new bridge that takes you directly from the new industrial, which is called Salman Industrial City, all the way to Saudi Arabia. And the area is also located within 10 minutes from the Bahrain International Airport. So strategically speaking, I think that the new industrial city for Bahrain is very competitive. You've got to add into account also the fact that the Bahrain economy has probably one of the best regulated systems within the GCC, and the most broad middle class. So as far as labor force is concerned, it has an advantage over the other countries. The regulatory framework, the legal framework, which is international level, all of these things help make Bahrain attractive, relatively speaking, as a good place to hub your GCC network out of. So, despite the challenges that we've had, despite the unrest that we've had, we still, I think, have a competitive advantage as far as being the next transport and industry hub. I would agree that it's been a very difficult time over the last 2 years, the financial crisis and then followed by the political unrest. Small to medium-sized companies, I think, were the ones that were impacted initially in a very big way, simply because they're very sensitive to cash flows. You also had the hospitality and the luxury high-end sectors impacted significantly. Investor confidence reduced. And so all of these created a lot of challenges for investors and for retail operators, for hospitality sector in general. And it continues to be a challenge. So, I mean, there's no doubt that there has been negative impact as a result of the financial crisis and the political unrest.
This was short-term or long-term?
So this is the short-term impact, and now it's been almost 2 years, so I can say that it's been medium-term. But long-term, there's still a lot of confidence in a resolution to the issues that are outstanding. I think also you have a general hardening of business. I mean, one thing that happens when you have stresses in an economy is that companies are forced to become more resilient and forced to become more cost sensitive and more effective in producing products. So a lot of companies that are able to kind of withstand this period are actually better geared now for the future because they've got their house in order, so to speak. And I think that that's one of the things that, if I look back at the boom days, which was prior to the financial crisis, you had actually a lot of excess and a lot of waste, a lot of inflation, and a lot of inefficiencies. And it got to the point where that was no longer sustainable, and that's why the crisis happened. And so I think that companies that are actually able to survive this period and reinvent themselves, so to speak, as more efficient companies will be in a better position in the long term to take advantage of growth when it comes, and it will come.